So tell me about these three images and their symmetries.
Well, I can tell you how to classify these as rosette patterns. And to do that, we'll first need to talk about rotational symmetries, and then we'll talk about reflectional symmetries, because those are the two types of symmetries that go into the rosette groups.
Okay.
So let's start with the rotations. If you look at this first image here, it's a five-pointed star,
Right.
and hence we call it five-fold rotational symmetry.
So if I rotated it 5 times, it would look the same each of those 5 times until it was back in its original spot.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If you rotate it around the center point, it will realign itself 5 times before it gets back to the original position. That's right. Now, if you look at this design here, let's see, what fold rotational symmetry does it have? Let's
I guess
see.
I would have
1,
to count those
2,
white things,
3,
right?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
So this has 8-fold rotational symmetry.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about reflections. They're like mirror lines. So basically, we need to decide whether or not the image has a mirror line. Now, this one appears to have a mirror line right down the middle. And in fact, I guess you could draw a mirror line through any of these points. In fact, they would have 5 mirror lines if you want to draw them all in.
Right. So with mirror lines, with reflective symmetry, it's either you have it or you don't. It's not
Right.
like there's different types of them, like with rotational symmetries.
Right, right, right. So like this one, do you think this has mirror lines?
No.
No, it doesn't look like it does. And in fact, that's sort of a crucial distinction between these two. This has mirror lines and this doesn't, and that's actually the first, that indicates the first symbol of its rosette group. If it does have a mirror line, we start the classification with the D. D stands for dihedral.
And the one on the right that doesn't
If
have...
it doesn't, it is a cyclic group, and we call it a C.
Ah.
Now, the other part of the category, or the classification, is a number. And it's just a number that indicates what fold rotation symmetry it has.
Okay, so this one would be a D5.
Exactly.
And
this is a D5.
the other one would be a C8 because it rotates 8 times.
Perfect. Yes.
All right, now the one on the bottom looks like it's not going to be, like it's not going to fit easily into these categories.
Well, it does actually. It's a little bit tricky, but just because it doesn't have any rotational symmetry. You know, if you look at it just down the middle here, it does have a reflection line down the middle. So it starts with the D.
Right.
Right? But if you think about, you know, rotating it around the center point, it needs to go one full rotation, 360 degrees around, to realign with itself.
Right.
So
there's no point in between in which it would align itself. So it's a D1.
D1. That's
Okay.
exactly it.
I think I got it.